The stars stretched endlessly above the horizon, glowing faintly against the black of space. Captain Alex Riker stared out of the viewport of the research shuttle, feeling the quiet hum of the ship beneath him. He had traveled farther than any human before, to a planet that appeared small and quiet from the observation satellite. Yet reports had hinted at life, and not just ordinary life, intelligent life. The shuttle touched down smoothly on the planet's surface. Dust rose in thin clouds, glittering like tiny diamonds under the light of the distant sun. Alex adjusted his uniform and stepped out, his boots pressing into the strange, soft ground. Around him, the team's portable equipment began to unfold: scanners, shields, communication devices, and supplies. Everything they had brought was designed for this moment, a first encounter with a truly alien species. Alex's eyes scanned the horizon. The planet was beautiful, with rolling hills covered in a strange blue grass and enormous trees that swayed even though there was no visible wind. The air was breathable, though tinged with an unfamiliar scent, sharp but not unpleasant. "This is unlike anything we expected," Alex said quietly, mostly to himself. A soft vibration ran through the ground beneath his feet. The sensors beeped, movement but not mechanical. Something alive. Alex's pulse quickened. The team followed his gaze as a figure appeared between the trees. Tall, lithe, and graceful, she moved with the ease of someone perfectly adapted to her environment. Her skin shimmered faintly, reflecting the sunlight in waves of color. "Stay calm," Alex said, raising his hand to signal the team to halt. "We don't know what we're dealing with yet." The alien stopped a few meters away. Her head tilted slightly, and her large, luminous eyes studied the humans. Alex noticed her features were not frightening but elegant. Smooth contours, delicate shapes, and an otherworldly glow that seemed almost like light moving beneath her skin. She carried no weapon, no armor. Only a thin, semi-transparent protective layer that seemed to cover her body like a second skin. Alex took a slow step forward. "I am Captain Alex Riker of the Human Exploration Team. We come in peace." His voice sounded small in the vastness of the alien landscape, but he spoke with confidence. The alien made no sound at first. Then, in a movement so sudden and smooth that Alex almost blinked, she removed the outer layer she wore. It fell to the ground in a shimmer of colors. For a moment, Alex froze. He wasn't shocked by her body, there was nothing to fear, but by what he could see beneath. Her true form glowed softly, a delicate mixture of energy and matter that seemed alive in ways humans could not comprehend. The shimmer was like a liquid light moving across her frame in soft ripples. Alex's mind raced. This is incredible," he whispered, more to himself than to the team. He noticed the way the alien moved now. Unencumbered by her protective layer, she seemed stronger, faster, and more aware. Her eyes met his, and in that instant, it felt as if she were trying to communicate directly into his mind. Not words, but thoughts, emotions, curiosity, trust. He stepped closer, careful not to appear threatening. I mean no harm," he said, his hands visible and relaxed. "We just want to understand." The alien, who Alex learned was called Lyra in later encounters, tilted her head. Her movements were subtle but deliberate, as if testing his intentions. Alex could see intelligence in every gesture, and he realized that she was trying to convey something important, something humans could not yet understand. The team cautiously approached, scanning and recording everything with devices that hummed softly. Every piece of data was critical, but Alex could tell that Lyra was aware of them. She was watching their every move, yet she did not flee. Instead, she seemed curious. Alex took another step. "Lyra," he said slowly, trying the name that had come to him instinctively. "We want to learn from you. We want to help if we can, please. Trust us." The alien blinked, her eyes reflecting colors Alex had never seen. Then, as if deciding something, she moved closer. Her steps were light, almost as if she floated. She extended a hand, not touching, but hovering near Alex's arm. Alex felt a strange warmth, a connection, and he realized that this was her way of reaching out. Communication is different here, Alex thought aloud. We need to understand her language, her mind. He gestured to the team. Start translating signals. Watch for patterns. For hours, Alex and his team observed Lyra. She moved gracefully among the trees, sometimes touching a leaf, sometimes gesturing toward the sky. Alex noticed small sparks of light that followed her fingertips. It was as if her presence alone affected the environment. At one point, a rock nearby shimmered slightly, changing shape before settling again. Alex's heart raced. "She can manipulate matter," he whispered. Lyra's eyes met his again, and this time Alex felt a clear message. "Do not fear." "I'm not dangerous." "But my people are in danger." He realized she was trying to warn them. "Danger?" he echoed. "From what?" His mind was already racing. Hostile species? Environmental hazards? The unknown of space itself? The day turned into night, but the planet had no familiar sense of darkness. Bioluminescent plants glowed gently, lighting the forest with soft blues and greens. Alex set up camp near the area where Lyra had appeared, careful to give her space. He couldn't shake the feeling that she was more than just an intelligent species. She was a living key to something far greater than the humans had imagined. Around the campfire, Alex discussed with his team. "We have to be careful. This is not just a scientific discovery. Her abilities. They could change everything we know about matter, energy, even life itself. But we need to earn her trust." His team nodded, equally awed and cautious. For the first time, Alex felt the true weight of humanity's role in the galaxy. They were no longer just explorers, they were ambassadors, representing humans in a way that could define their place in the stars. As he stared into the glowing lights of the forest, Alex noticed Lyra watching from a distance. She wasn't hidden, but neither was she fully present. It was a quiet observation, yet it held an intensity that humans would struggle to understand. He realized that in order to learn her truth, he would need more than science. He would need patience, empathy, and courage. And for the first time, he understood that sometimes the most extraordinary truths could only be seen when someone was brave enough to look beyond appearances. The night passed with no further events, but Alex felt a growing sense of anticipation. He didn't yet know the challenges ahead or the secrets Lyra's people held, but he knew one thing. This encounter would change everything he believed about life in the universe, and tomorrow, he would step further into the unknown, guided by curiosity, courage, and the faint glow of an alien truth waiting to be revealed. The next morning, the blue grass of the alien planet shimmered under the soft light of its twin suns. Captain Alex Riker woke with a sense of purpose. He could still feel the memory of Lyra's luminous form from the night before, a vision that seemed impossible yet entirely real. The encounter had left him curious but also cautious. He knew that understanding her was the key to discovering the truth about this planet, and possibly much more. Alex stepped out of the small research tent, scanning the horizon. Lyra was already there, moving slowly through the grass. She did not flee at his approach. Instead, she paused and seemed to observe him, her shimmering form almost blending with the colors of the environment. Alex felt a strange calm in her presence, as if her awareness extended beyond mere sight. "Good morning, Lyra," Alex said softly. "I want to learn from you. Will you allow it?" For a moment, she did nothing. Then, as if answering, she raised a hand and a small spark of light jumped from her fingertips. It hovered in the air between them, pulsating gently. Alex's translator device, set to detect energy patterns, registered unusual fluctuations, almost like a language built from light itself. He knelt and examined the device. "Her communication isn't like ours," he said to his team, who had been observing quietly. "We need to understand the patterns, the rhythm, the intensity. Every movement, every pulse, it could be a word, a sentence, even a thought." For hours, Alex and the team worked to decode her signals. Lyra did not speak in any way humans could immediately understand. Instead, she used gestures, light pulses, and subtle changes in the energy around her body. It was challenging, but Alex was determined. He noted every movement, every blink of light, every shift in color. Slowly, he began to see patterns emerging. "Look at this," Alex said, pointing at the readings. "Every time we show a gesture of peace, the intensity of her light pulses increases. She responds to trust, not words. This could be the beginning of real communication." Lyra, as if sensing his realization, moved closer. She lowered herself to the ground, her form flowing like liquid light across the soft blue grass. Alex knelt to match her level. It was an unusual position for humans, but he hoped it would make her feel less threatened. And then something remarkable happened. A small rock near them began to shimmer and shift, changing shape almost imperceptibly. Alex's eyes widened. She's doing it again. She's manipulating matter. The team gasped softly, but Alex focused. Lyra, can you show us more? Can you control this energy? Lyra's form pulsed brighter. She reached out to a patch of grass, and with a delicate motion, the grass bent and curled into intricate patterns. The colors of her body shifted with the movement, almost like a visual language overlaying the physical change. Alex realized that this was more than simple manipulation. It was a form of expression, a way to convey thoughts through matter itself. It's incredible, Alex whispered. Her species can shape reality, but only when in their natural form. He looked at the team. This is why she removed her outer layer before. That wasn't vulnerability, it was ability. Lyra's eyes met his again, bright and intelligent. And then, she did something that startled Alex. She reached out her hand and a small orb of glowing energy formed above her palm. It hovered between them, warm and pulsing. Alex felt an instinctive connection to it, as if it were speaking directly to his mind. We are in danger, he thought he heard. The words were not spoken aloud, but they were clear, a warning carried through energy and thought. Alex's brow furrowed. Danger from what? He asked aloud, though he suspected the answer might not come easily. The orb of light pulsed again and moved toward a distant part of the forest. Alex understood that Lyra was trying to lead them, to show them something important. He motioned for the team to follow, careful not to startle her. They walked through the glowing forest, following the light. Alex noticed how she moved, every step purposeful, every gesture precise. She was aware of everything around her, the rustle of alien creatures, the flow of the wind, the vibrations in the soil. Alex realized that she had abilities humans could only dream of, but she was also cautious, wary of potential threats. After a while, they reached a clearing where the grass swirled as if moved by an unseen hand. Lyra stopped and let the orb float above a small mound of earth. The energy began to shift, forming a pattern Alex recognized from his scans. A mark of her species, intricate and beautiful, glowing faintly in the morning light. Alex knelt beside it. This is a warning, he said. She's showing us that something is coming. Something dangerous. But what? Lyra's eyes met his, and for the first time, Alex felt a real connection. It was not just curiosity, not just observation, it was understanding. He realized that despite the difference in species, despite the alien nature of her abilities, there was trust forming between them. And trust, he knew, was the first step toward true cooperation. Over the next several hours, Alex worked with Lyra, learning to interpret her gestures and light pulses. He discovered that her species had a complex method of communication, combining thought, light, and subtle matter manipulation. Each pulse, each ripple in the air, each shimmer of her skin had meaning. By the end of the day, he could understand simple messages, warnings, locations, and even basic descriptions of events. Her species has been hiding for a reason, Alex said to the team. They can manipulate matter, change their environment, even protect themselves in ways we can't yet imagine. And now they're in danger. That's why she approached us. She wants help, but she also needs to trust us first. Lyra moved closer to Alex again. This time the connection felt stronger, almost like a conversation without words. Alex extended a hand and she allowed it to hover near his, the energy from her body brushing against him. He felt warmth but also clarity. He understood that the danger she warned of was real and approaching fast. We need to prepare, Alex said firmly. Whatever is coming, we face it together. Human and alien. This is bigger than science. It's survival. As the sun set over the blue horizon, Alex sat near the glowing grass, watching Lyra move among the plants. She was teaching him patience, observation, and understanding. He realized that to truly help her, he had to think like her species, to respect their abilities and fears. It was a lesson in humility, but also in courage, and deep down, Alex knew that this was only the beginning. The secrets Lyra held, the power of her species, and the danger approaching, they would test humanity's bravery, intelligence, and unity like never before. But for the first time, he felt confident. With trust established, with understanding growing, and with his team by his side, Alex believed that humans could rise to the challenge. The night deepened, and the alien forest glowed softly under the light of the twin moons. Alex finally allowed himself to rest, knowing that tomorrow the true test would begin. The test of courage, intelligence, and alliance. And somewhere deep in the glowing light of Lyra's form, he felt the silent promise of discovery, danger, and the extraordinary truths waiting to be revealed. The morning light painted the alien forest in shades of gold and blue. Captain Alex Riker awoke with a determination that had not left him since he first met Lyra. The energy that radiated from her the day before had stayed in his mind like a soft hum, reminding him that this encounter was unlike anything humans had faced before. Today he would understand more. Today he would see the truth. Alex left the research tent and scanned the area. Lyra was waiting, her body shimmering softly, blending with the blue grass and the glowing plants. She did not move quickly, but her presence was commanding. Alex took careful steps toward her. He had learned patience. He had learned to observe. And he had learned that fear had no place here, only curiosity and respect. Lyra raised her hand, and a small orb of glowing light floated between them. It pulsed gently, almost like a heartbeat. Alex reached toward it, and the orb responded by moving closer, as if inviting him to follow. He nodded to his team. "Stay alert," he said. "She's going to show us something important." They moved deeper into the forest, where the trees grew taller and the glowing plants shone brighter. Alex noticed the air itself seemed to hum with energy. Every step Lyra took affected the environment. Small stones levitated, leaves shifted without wind, and the soft blue grass bent in flowing patterns. Alex realized that Lyra's presence was not just powerful, it was transformative. Finally, they reached a clearing where the ground shimmered as if water had been poured over it. Lyra stopped and let the orb hover above the center of the clearing. The energy radiating from it was intense yet calming, and Alex felt a wave of understanding pass through him, as if the orb were speaking without words. Then, Lyra did something extraordinary. She removed her outer layer completely, revealing her natural form once more. Her body shimmered like liquid light, flowing in waves of colors Alex could not name, and as she moved, the surrounding environment responded. Rocks lifted gently, plants swayed toward her, and the air seemed to vibrate in harmony with her presence. Alex stepped closer, careful not to frighten her. "Lyra, your abilities, they're incredible, but why? Why can you do this?" Lyra's eyes met his, and for the first time, Alex felt a clear message in his mind. "We can manipulate matter. We can change energy. We can protect ourselves and our world, but only in our true form." Alex's heart raced. "Your species, you've been hiding this power all along. That's why you wore the outer layer. You were concealing your abilities." Lyra pulsed in response, a soft rhythm that seemed to confirm his understanding. Then she extended her hands, and the orb of light split into several smaller orbs. Each floated over a different part of the clearing and began to manipulate matter in small but precise ways. Stones stacked into intricate patterns, grass wove itself into symbols, and the air shimmered with moving light. Alex realized the truth. Lyra's species was capable of altering reality itself. Their abilities were subtle yet powerful, and they had survived by hiding these abilities from potential threats. The humans had been the first outsiders allowed to witness this power. But the orb pulsed again, faster this time, and a new message formed in Alex's mind. "Danger is coming. A predator fleet approaches. We must act quickly." Alex looked around. "A fleet? Not just one ship, but why haven't we seen them yet?" Lyra's light shimmered, and he understood the answer. Her species could sense threats before they arrived. They could feel energy signatures across vast distances. This was not just intelligence, it was awareness on a level humans could only dream of. Alex turned to his team. "Prepare the scanners and defenses. We don't know what's coming, but it's approaching fast, and Lyra, we'll need your help." Lyra pulsed in agreement, and the orbs returned to her hands. Then she did something Alex had not expected. She placed one orb into his hands. The energy was warm, almost comforting, but it carried weight, the responsibility to understand and act. "This is incredible," Alex whispered. "It's like she's sharing her knowledge with me." The orb's energy flowed into his mind, showing patterns, connections, and possibilities. Alex could see the way Lyra's species had shaped their environment. How they used energy, how they could defend themselves, and now, how humans could join them in protecting the planet. He realized the full significance of the moment. Humanity was witnessing something extraordinary. Not only were they learning about a new species, but they were also gaining insight into abilities that could change the course of human exploration, science, and understanding of the universe. But there was no time to marvel. The orb pulsed urgently, and Alex felt a sense of speed, movement, and approach. He turned to the horizon. In the distance, faint shadows moved against the sky. Ships, massive and dark, moving toward the planet at alarming speed. "They're coming," Alex said, his voice firm. "We don't have much time. Lyra, can we use your abilities to prepare defenses?" Lyra's body pulsed, a wave of energy spreading through the clearing. Stones lifted and formed walls. Plants grew rapidly into barriers, and the very air seemed to thicken in protective layers. Alex watched in awe, realizing that her power was not just manipulation of matter, it was creation, a force that could reshape reality in critical ways. "We'll combine your power with our technology," Alex said. "Human strategy, human devices, your abilities. Together we can defend this planet." The team moved quickly, setting up scanners, energy shields, and communication relays, all guided by the patterns Lyra revealed through her orbs. Alex felt a deep sense of pride, not just in human ingenuity but in the cooperation forming between species. This was more than survival. This was partnership. As the first shadows of the approaching fleet darkened the sky, Alex and Lyra stood side by side. He understood something profound. The truth about her species, revealed when she removed her outer layer, was not just a secret of power, it was a test of trust, courage, and intelligence. Humans had passed that test, and now they were part of something larger than themselves. Alex took a deep breath. "We're ready," he said. "No matter what comes, humans and Lyra's species will face it together. We won't back down." Lyra pulsed brightly, almost like a smile, and for the first time, Alex felt a complete understanding pass between them. Not words, not signals, but a connection that transcended species. He knew that this moment, this revelation, was only the beginning of a story that would test courage, intelligence, and unity in ways humans had never imagined. The fleet was near. Shadows moved faster and energy readings spiked. Alex turned to his team. "Positions. Remember our strategy and her abilities. Together we can defend this planet. Together we can survive." And in the glow of the alien forest, with Lyra shimmering beside him and the first signs of battle appearing on the horizon, Alex understood the full truth. Sometimes, the greatest power is not strength or weapons, but understanding, trust, and the courage to face the unknown together. The sky above the alien forest darkened as the first ships of the Predator fleet appeared. Massive and sleek, their dark hulls blocked the twin suns, casting long shadows across the glowing blue grass. Captain Alex Riker's heart pounded, but his mind was clear. This was the moment he had prepared for. With Lyra's guidance, his team's strategy, and human ingenuity combined, they had a chance to defend the planet. Alex activated the portable scanners. "They're approaching fast," he said. "Shields up. Position everyone near the barriers Lyra created. Use the terrain to your advantage. Remember, humans think differently than aliens, but together we can cover each other's weaknesses." Lyra hovered nearby, her body glowing with soft waves of color. She extended her hands, and the orbs of light she had shown Alex before floated into the air. The energy radiated outward, forming a protective field around the clearing. Rocks and plants shifted rapidly, creating walls, barriers, and channels that funneled the attackers toward traps. Alex marveled at the precision of her power. The first ships fired. Beams of energy tore through the forest, striking the ground near the barriers. The orbs responded immediately, bending the beams, redirecting them harmlessly into the ground. Alex's team worked in sync, firing defensive pulses from their equipment, creating a combined shield of human technology and alien power. "We can do this," Alex shouted. "Stay focused. Trust the plan. Trust each other." The Predator ships descended further, attempting to surround the humans and Lyra's species. Alex noticed one ship moving faster than the others, aiming directly for the clearing where Lyra stood. His pulse quickened. "Lyra, that one is heading straight for you." She pulsed brightly, her light spreading across the forest like a wave. The energy field expanded, stopping the ship in mid-air, holding it like a leaf caught in a current. Alex's team fired a coordinated volley, using the moment of disruption to strike the ship's weak points. The ship wobbled and then retreated, spinning away from the battlefield. Alex's heart raced. "Yes, that's it. Keep it up." He turned to the team. "Humans and Lyra's species, together we are stronger than they expected." The other ships adjusted, attacking in coordinated patterns. Alex had anticipated this. Focus fire on the points where Lyra's energy meets our shields, he instructed. We can multiply our defense if we work together. Lyra responded, creating spirals of light that twisted around the beams, deflecting and redirecting them. The plants and terrain moved almost like living creatures, guiding the attackers into zones where human weapons could strike effectively. Alex realized that this was more than battle. It was a dance of strategy, intelligence, and trust. One ship broke through the first line of defense, heading toward Lyra directly. Alex's mind raced. I'll handle this, he said, grabbing a portable energy pulse device. He sprinted forward, positioning himself between the ship and Lyra. With precision, he fired at the ship's hull, aiming for its control systems. Sparks flew and the ship veered off course, avoiding Lyra. Lyra pulsed brighter, almost like she was smiling. She raised her hands and energy waves surged outward, stopping 2 more ships in midair. Alex shouted, "Keep moving! Don't let them surround us." The battle continued for hours. The Predator fleet was relentless, but humans and Lyra's species adapted quickly. Alex realized something important. Humans were not the strongest species in the galaxy, but their courage, quick thinking, and ability to innovate made them formidable. Combined with Lyra's abilities, they could challenge even the most advanced opponents. During a brief lull, Alex surveyed the battlefield. They're retreating temporarily, he said. We need to press our advantage, but carefully. Lyra, can we predict their next move? Lyra pulsed, and a wave of energy spread into Alex's mind. He saw patterns, fleet formations, attack strategies, and likely targets. They'll try to flank us from the north, he said. Prepare a trap using the terrain and Lyra's energy. The team moved quickly. Rocks and trees shifted, forming barriers and channels. Lyra's light flowed along the ground, creating energy nets that could slow or trap the enemy ships. Alex coordinated human firepower, aiming at key points to maximize damage. The Predator fleet entered the trap, and one by one their ships were stopped, disabled, or forced to retreat. Alex's chest swelled with pride. We did it. Humans and aliens together, unstoppable. Lyra hovered beside him, her light pulsing gently, almost like a heartbeat. Alex realized that the bond between them had grown stronger during the battle. Trust had turned into understanding, and understanding into unity. But the battle was not over. A larger ship appeared on the horizon, moving faster and more deliberately than the others. Alex's stomach tightened. That's the leader, he said. Everything they have is in that ship. Lyra will need everything you've got. Lyra's form glowed brighter than ever. She extended her hands, sending waves of energy into the clearing. The trees bent and twisted, forming a massive barrier, while rocks floated in the air, creating a protective dome. Alex could feel the raw power emanating from her, power that could change the course of the battle in a single moment. The leadership fired, and its beams struck the energy dome. The force was immense, but Lyra responded immediately, sending counterwaves that absorbed the attack and redirected it harmlessly into the forest. Alex and his team fired precise shots, striking the ship's engines and weapons. Sparks and energy arcs flew as the ship struggled to maintain its attack. Alex realized that the battle was not just about strength. It was about cooperation, timing, and intelligence. Humans brought strategy and ingenuity. Lyra's species brought raw power and precision. Together they were unstoppable. Finally, the leadership faltered. Alex's team fired one last coordinated volley, while Lyra sent a wave of energy that enveloped the ship completely. With a burst of light, the ship broke apart, spinning harmlessly into the distance. The remaining ships retreated, their fleet defeated. The clearing was silent except for the soft hum of energy from Lyra's body and the deep breaths of the human team. Alex looked around, feeling a sense of awe and relief. We did it, he said quietly. We defended the planet. Humans and Lyra's species, together we can face anything. Lyra hovered near him, her light pulsing gently. Alex reached out, and for the first time he felt a true connection between species. He realized that this battle had not just been about survival, it had been about trust, courage, and the potential for humans to rise to challenges no one had imagined. As the twin suns set, casting long shadows over the blue grass, Alex knew that the planet was safe for now, but more importantly, he knew that humanity had earned a place among the stars, not through weapons or conquest, but through intelligence, courage, and the willingness to work with others, even the most extraordinary beings. And somewhere in the glow of Lyra's form, Alex felt the silent promise of new discoveries, new friendships, and new challenges. The galaxy was vast, and humanity had only just begun to understand its place in it. The alien forest was calm now, almost serene. The twin suns cast a gentle glow over the blue grass, and the soft bioluminescent plants shimmered like stars. Captain Alex Riker stood among his team, breathing deeply. The battle was over. The Predator fleet had been defeated. The planet was safe, for now. Lyra hovered nearby, her shimmering form reflecting the soft light. She had used her abilities to defend her home, and together with the humans they had overcome an enemy that none of them could have faced alone. Alex felt a deep sense of respect for her species and for humanity itself. Courage, intelligence, and empathy had prevailed. Alex walked closer to Lyra, keeping his distance but showing respect. "We did it," he said quietly. "We actually did it. Your people and ours, together." Lyra pulsed gently as if acknowledging his words. Alex had learned to read her signals now. Her light movements, the way her energy shifted. Everything conveyed meaning. And this time it was simple. Gratitude. The human team moved among the clearing, checking equipment, recording data, and making sure no threats remained. Despite the exhaustion on their faces, there was a sense of pride, a feeling that humans had proven themselves in the universe. They had faced the unknown and acted with intelligence, bravery, and cooperation. Alex took a moment to look around. The forest had been transformed during the battle. Trees had shifted into new patterns. Rocks floated gently in the air, and the grass seemed to glow brighter. He realized that Lyra's species had not only defended themselves, they had reshaped the environment in ways that humans could barely understand. "Captain," one of his team members said, approaching him, "her species. Their abilities are beyond anything we imagined. This is a first contact unlike any in history. We've learned so much already, and there's still more." Alex nodded. "Yes, and the lesson is bigger than technology or power. It's about trust, courage, and collaboration. Humanity has a chance to rise to challenges like this. When we work together and when we show respect for others, even the most different species." Lyra hovered closer to Alex. She extended her hands and the familiar orbs of light appeared, but this time they did not pulse with urgency or warning. Instead, they moved gently around the humans, almost like a soft dance. Alex understood that this was a sign of friendship, of trust established, and of a new beginning. He extended his hand toward the orb hovering near him. The energy brushed against his palm, warm and calm. In that moment, Alex felt more than understanding. He felt connection. A link between humans and Lyra's species, a promise that their cooperation could grow into something extraordinary. "Your people. They've taught us so much already," Alex said softly, "but we have much to offer too. Knowledge, creativity, strategy. We can learn from each other." Lyra pulsed in agreement. Her light flowed across the clearing, illuminating the human team, the forest, and the glowing blue grass. Alex realized that this moment was historic. Not just for the humans present, not just for Lyra's species, but for the future of interstellar cooperation. Over the next few hours, Alex and his team worked with Lyra. They exchanged knowledge, tested abilities, and practiced coordination. Human technology combined with Lyra's matter manipulation in ways that had never been attempted before. Energy shields, communication devices, and structural enhancements were integrated with her powers, creating solutions that were both practical and elegant. Alex watched as Lyra gently lifted rocks, plants, and even small amounts of water to demonstrate how her species could alter matter safely. The team recorded everything, knowing that this knowledge could be critical for future exploration and defense. But Alex also realized something more important. This was about understanding life, not just power. "Captain," one of the team members said, "we should document how our cooperation worked during the battle. Humans and Lyra's species together, this is proof that empathy and teamwork are as powerful as any weapon." Alex nodded. "Exactly. That is the real victory. Technology and abilities are important, but intelligence, courage, and trust, that is what makes us strong." As the day turned to evening, Alex sat quietly near the glowing grass. Lyra hovered nearby, her light soft and gentle. He reflected on everything that had happened, the first encounter, the discovery of her abilities, the battle, and the cooperation that had saved the planet. He felt a sense of awe, not just at the alien species but at humanity's potential. Humans had a place in the galaxy, not because they were the strongest or the fastest or the most powerful, but because they had qualities that no amount of technology could replace. Courage, intelligence, empathy, and the ability to work with others. Lyra pulsed gently, as if sensing his thoughts. Alex smiled. "We'll continue to learn from each other," he said. "Together, humans and your people can face whatever comes next, and we will do so with respect, trust, and courage." The soft glow of the forest surrounded them, the twin suns set beyond the horizon, casting long shadows over the blue grass. Alex knew that this was not the end. It was only the beginning. The galaxy was vast, full of mysteries, challenges, and opportunities. But humanity had proven that it could rise to the occasion, to work alongside other species, and to face the unknown with bravery and wisdom. Lyra moved closer and hovered beside him, her light flowing like a gentle river. Alex extended his hand, and she allowed the energy of her body to connect with his. It was a simple gesture, yet it spoke volumes: trust, respect, and a shared understanding of the future. Alex looked at the glowing forest, at the shimmering energy of Lyra, and felt hope. Hope that humans could rise to challenges that had seemed impossible. Hope that intelligence, courage, and empathy could shape the future. Hope that cooperation between species could lead to discoveries, peace, and protection in a galaxy full of unknowns. "We have learned the truth," Alex whispered. "The truth about Lyra's people, the truth about ourselves, and the truth about what we can achieve together. And now, we will continue forward, ready for whatever comes next." Lyra pulsed brightly, almost like a smile. The team gathered around, feeling the calm after the storm, the sense of accomplishment and the promise of new beginnings. The alien forest, once a place of mystery, was now a symbol of possibility, a place where humans and aliens could work together to achieve what neither could alone. As night fell, the bioluminescent plants glowed more brightly, lighting the clearing like 1,000 tiny stars. Alex stood beside Lyra, looking up at the twin moons rising in the sky. He felt a deep sense of connection, not just with the alien species, but with humanity itself. They had faced danger, uncertainty, and the unknown, and they had prevailed. And in that moment, Alex understood the greatest lesson of all: courage, intelligence, and empathy could overcome fear, danger, and difference. Humans had a place in the galaxy, not because they were perfect, but because they were brave enough to rise to the challenge, to learn, and to trust. The stars stretched endlessly above, but Alex felt ready. With allies like Lyra, with courage and intelligence guiding them, humanity could face the universe and all its mysteries. The adventure was only beginning, and somewhere in the glow of the alien forest, Alex knew that the truth they had learned, about Lyra, about humanity, and about the power of cooperation, would guide them for all the journeys to come.